Polish people strongly oppose illegal immigration, as they have expressed in demonstrations across the country. For the government, however, the problem is not illegal migration, but the protesting soccer fans. Government spokesman Adam Szłapka is trying to sugarcoat the reality, announcing that the authorities will be looking for dirt on the protesting patriots. Yesterday's marches had nothing to do with concern for security. It was a cynical, political game based on incitement and fueling hatred. The right to express one's views does not give permission to break the law. The relevant services will thoroughly analyze the material from yesterday's events. Every violation will be referred to the prosecutor's office. I emphasize this once again. Our borders are secure, and visa procedures are orderly and under full control. There are also voices encouraging Polish people to open up to migration. For Dominika Wielowiejska from Gazeta Wyborcza, we are such a large country that a few thousand illegal migrants will not make much of a difference. We have a population of 36 to 37 million. The fact that there are 1,000 or even 5,000 people here who are illegally is not a serious problem. As you can see, time passes, ministers and chancellors change, but the editorial line of Gazeta Wyborcza remains unchanged. Another journalist working for Adam Michnik has already made a splash on this issue. How many refugees is Poland supposed to accept, or was it supposed to accept? 7,000. 7,000, right? So let's assume we accept those 7,000. Among them is one bomber. Well, that's enough. But wait, he blows himself up, killing 10 Poles. But we saved the lives of those 6,999 people who were fleeing the war. Polish people are afraid of illegal migration, hence the protests across the country. Our attitude is noticed by the Germans, which is why at the same time as soccer fans took to the streets of Polish cities, the German political party Volt also organized a protest against border controls. We will no longer tolerate this restriction on our freedom of travel. That is why we have appealed to the European Commission to initiate infringement proceedings against Germany and now also against Poland. The German demonstration was marginal, but it was aimed solely at provoking Polish people. Germans suddenly started complaining about traffic jams, even though border controls on the German side have been in place for almost 2 years. Protests organized by the German party, which are actually in opposition to what was happening in Poland, in opposition to these anti-immigration pickets and rallies, or rather I would describe it more as opposition to Prime Minister Donald Tusk's policies. Such protests are yet another example of German arrogance. This week, we also witnessed another situation in which an angry German woman shouted at Polish people guarding the border.
It is your problem. It is your problem. Bardzo dobrze, że mówisz.
Based on their experience with Prime Minister Donald Tusk, Germans have become accustomed to getting what they want from Polish people. And then suddenly, civil society put up a firm veto for which the Germans were not prepared, hence the nerves. What is happening right now, this grassroots movement, a powerful grassroots movement, a beautiful movement, which is replacing the effectiveness of this government. It has to replace the effectiveness of this government because our government is completely unable to cope with it. Why? Because it doesn't want to cope. Because Donald Tusk doesn't want to cope. Because he still thinks that he will buy his way back into Mr. Merz's good graces, that maybe there will be another position for him, and he will be able to escape responsibility here. The government is trying to put obstacles in the way of the border defense movement, which exposes the passivity of Donald Tusk's team. Support for this civic movement is provided by Jarosław Kaczyński, the chairman of Law and Justice.
Trzeba to wspierać.
We must support this with all our determination. We must take action in this direction. If there are volunteers, and I hope there will be, we must recruit people who will take care of this.
Będą się tym zajmowali.
Law and Justice is also collecting signatures for a referendum on Poland's rejection of the Migration Pact, which comes into force in the middle of next year. Let us recall that there has already been one such referendum, but as a result of obstruction by Donald Tusk's team, it was not valid, and our country lost a strong argument in the European arena.